Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now y'all got to forgive me, I'm on the road in Texas. Now I'm going from Waco to Dallas, so roads ain't too bad because I'm not actually in Dallas, but at Dallas and Houston, roads be confusing, but I'm pretty much on a straight shot somewhat. Got 75 miles till Dallas, so I'm out here working with a sports team and finished up yesterday. Just something I do to serve. Ain't nothing major, just be serving and trying to help how I can. But you know, something I was thinking about, and I want to remind you of this, and I want you to think about this. And we all are flawed. We all have our ways. We all slip and fall. And myself personally, one of the biggest things that I have struggled with in my life is looking at me a little piece of booty. And what I mean by that is, and a lot of women get thrown off by that, but even my wife know when we got together, and that was something where it just something, I don't know if it's coming from the South, but if old nice, what my homeboy called set of hams, old nice booty walk by, Lord knows I have to go into corporate intercessory prayer. Just like, don't keep no shape around me. And so I say that transparently because a lot of times people come online and act like, oh, they all perfect and they got it all together. But I want you to know we all struggle. So that's one of my struggles. And the other struggle is just spending money like water. I mean, I just give everything away, you know, make sure my wife got everything she could dream of, make sure my sons got everything they could dream of, helping my mama, my mother-in-law, friends, family, just helping people get their career off the ground, just sowing into people, blessing people, trying to help people. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands, when if I would have talked to a board, they probably would have been like, no, don't spend that $5,000-$6,000 on that young man chasing his basketball dreams because of this or that. They would have voted against it, but I just consult my heart and I do it. And so that's another weakness of mine, because sometimes you could give to a fault. It's good to be a giver, but you got to know how and when and how much, and I struggle with that. But here's one thing that I want to send a warning sign, and really this to the men, but ladies, y'all get this too. I want you to remember that you cannot fool God. You cannot fool God. Because what I've been looking at, I've been seeing a lot of fake Christianity. I've been seeing a lot of people who are saying God, God, Lord, Lord online, but really in real life, they in competition with you. Really in real life, they jealous of you. Really in real life, they see you, another Christian, as a threat. Really in real life, they don't want to collaborate and connect with other Christians who are really living it, because they are afraid that somebody really living it, or they know that somebody really living it might steal the light. And it's a sign, because they're not really living it. When you really living it, you know there is no competition. Everybody has their portion. Everybody has their mission. Everybody has their message. In the body of Christ, there is no competition. Can't nobody. Numbers don't matter. You can't believe numbers. Somebody can have more subscribers, but subscribers can be bought. Comments can be bought. Likes can be bought. So you can't believe numbers. It ain't about numbers, it's about impact. And see, because numbers don't mean nothing. Somebody can have 100 subscribers and only 10 people watching them. But 90 more just hit subscribe because it's free. They could have 100 subscribers and have no impact. Somebody could have 10 subscribers and be really impacting 100% of their 10 subscribers. So therefore, pound for pound, they got more impact. See, God is not worried about numbers. God ain't worried about titles. God ain't worried about positions. God worried about obedience, sacrifice, righteousness, and service. That's what God worried about. And so I want you to understand is you cannot fool God. God watching you in the dark. You hear me? God watching you in the dark when nobody's looking. God know your heart. God know your heart. God know if you're competing. God know if you're jealous. God know if you're in fornication. God know if you're in masturbation. God know if you're into pornography. God know if you're into idolatry. God know if you worshiping money, if you worshiping mammon. God know it. God know if your main focus and goal is just making money, or just being rich, or just being famous, just being known, just being seen, being heard, versus being obedient, versus being righteous, versus being willing to do the will of God. God know. God know. So that's what I want you to understand. I want to send this message out there. This ain't really meant to be more than 10 minutes. And I posted on Instagram and on my TikTok a little video, but YouTube really don't recognize a 1.5-minute video because they shorts is 1 minute, I think, unless they didn't change. They need to change that. So shorts could be at least 1.5 minutes, like the reels or something. Come on now, YouTube. Get y'all life together. A minute. What in the world? Can't do nothing in no minute. Trying to cut the real teachers out. So we got to come on here like this, but I was able to post a 90-second video on Reels on Instagram and post that video on TikTok where I'm kind of talking about and really talking to men, because I'm more concerned in this season with the way men are living. You know, I've been talking to women and helping women in relationships for decades. It's also, I gotta talk to the men and help men get things together, because we are given priesthood by God. God called us to lead. God called us to reign over the land, to have dominion on earth. God called us to be the head and not the tail, the leader and not the follower of the devil. God called us to have strength, power, wisdom, clarity, knowledge, understanding, but we have forsaken the gift that God has bestowed upon us. We running from it. And so even if you're a lady watching this, get what's for you, let it apply to you. Even if it's mentioned that it's to a man, still utilize it if you could utilize it, but understand this is a time and a season. And let me tell you, I don't need no help. So when y'all hear me doing these videos to the men, let me do this. If you're a woman and you go to get in the comments, you know, don't put the, I appreciate the support, but don't put the tell them Tony. Think about that. Think about when a man coming to receive, if it's a bunch of women, tell them Tony, get them Tony, get on them. That just, it ruined the message. They can't even hear, because then that tell them Tony, get them Tony, all of that is like hitting them in the head. You know, it's like spitting in their face. So you got to understand the psychology and the psyche and the mental makeup of a man to understand how a man has to receive. Because see, when somebody is a warrior, when somebody is an alpha, when somebody is called to reign and given dominion and leadership and position, that also comes with a battle with his own ego. And so if there's other people heckling him in the midst of him trying to grow and learn and heal, he's not going to be able to receive in that space. So we got to create a space that is real and is raw. And I'm a hurt my own feelings as well as hurt his feelings, but he get to look himself in the mirror. And so when it get too out of hand and it's too many women that don't even listen to the video and get to the part where I tell y'all not to be in the comments doing all that, then I have to turn the comments off. And then the man be wondering why the comments off. That don't make no sense. What was going on in the comments? But then not realizing that even though he say, oh, well, the comments don't bother me, that ain't how the mind works. The subconscious mind nor the conscious mind. It will bother them, it will affect them. And it's a lot of reasons that's why, and it's dealing with ego, dealing with insecurity, dealing with trauma. It's a lot of reasons why. And we'll talk about it in another video, but I just want to send this message because I'm seeing a lot of men that I know personally that's playing with God. And when I say personally, I mean that I know in my person, I know in my heart, I know for sure, not necessarily that I'm friends with the person, but we got to stop playing with God, and we got to start crucifying our flesh, consecrating our spirit, and really growing and changing in the dark when nobody's looking, then step into the light, pure and refined. So hey, it's Tony Gaston. God bless you. God bless you, and we're gonna be in touch. Oh, Saturday, we only have 4 more spots left for the Atlanta, but I done forgot to close it, so them 4 spots might be gone, and if people see the video, oh, Tony, can you open some more spots? So I may have to do a little overflow room or what have you. But Atlanta meetup, September 12th, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just a few hours. Gonna have dinner and have discussion at the same time. And this Saturday we got a virtual conference. You know, some intense teaching and Q&A. Saturday, 7 p.m. until we'll shut it down by midnight at the latest. So you know, have your popcorn. Maybe get you a coffee if you know you're a person that go to bed at 9 o'clock. Get you a coffee or something. And of course, you'll be able to put your headphones on, turn your camera off. You know, some people keep their camera on. Why, I do not know, but some people have their camera on. And I'm totally fine with it, but you'll be able to watch those people that's on the camera. And then we'll go from there. And hopefully we'll have another virtual conference called a 4th quarter conference. Hopefully we'll have another one. We'll see, but I'll keep you posted on that. But God bless you, and all those things, that's on TonyGastonAcademy.com. I'm getting ready to close down my sessions. I closed it before and then I had to open it. Getting ready to close that down. So if you know you need a session, you got to go and get on the calendar now. So just go to mymentor.life, click on hire a coach. You'll see me on there. Those are video sessions. That's on mymentor.life. If you don't need a video session, it's less. It costs less. And just reach out to support at TonyGaston.com. It probably only be open through the end of September. Reason being is because I need to write a few more books, and I need to go and close out this last quarter for myself, getting ready for next year and go and double down. But what's gonna crank up is when I cut off sessions, it's gonna be a lot more YouTube videos. So what I'm doing with YouTube is I'm putting the archive, I'm putting just a whole vault of what God gives me. It's gonna be on YouTube, so that when the Lord called me home, which tomorrow is not promised, when the Lord called me home, it's gonna be enough of my videos to raise my great grandkids, who won't get to meet me, but they'll be able to watch these videos. So if you watching this video and you my great grand, God bless you. Know that I love you. And it's bringing tears to my eyes even saying it, but I was thinking about you because I knew you was gonna be here one day. I got to go. That thing just choked me up. Hey, God bless you. This is what we talking about. This generational wealth. See, it ain't got nothing to do with money. This right here, when you give somebody wisdom, you giving them wealth. And I want you to understand that. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.